Hi everyone, and welcome to my Visvamitrasana YinYasa flow. As the name suggests, this practice is going to focus on building up to our peak pose, which is Visvamitrasana. And I really hesitate a lot of the times on teaching peak pose classes because I really hate to give the impression that any sort of pose is the goal of a yoga practice, or that doing advanced poses is what makes someone successful as a yogi or not. What makes us successful as a yogi or not is how connected we're able to become to our body and our breath. And what I really like about Visvamitrasana in particular is some of the lessons and stories that are within the pose, which we'll go over in the class. Because this is a YinYasa practice, I do recommend having props, especially for the yin portion of class in the beginning, such as a blanket, a block, maybe a bolster or a pillow. And also you might want to use a block for the vinyasa portion afterwards as well. This is an intermediate style class, so please be sure to modify where you need and to opt out of things where you need, but always honor your body and practice most of all. We are going to get started in this practice in our first yin posture, which is a half dragonfly or half butterfly pose, depending on how you want to look at it. So you will extend your right leg out wide, your left leg will fold in towards you. You might find that sitting up on the edge of a blanket is helpful here to help tilt the pelvis forward. But then once you're ready, you'll round forward in the center, not over top of the right leg. And give yourself any support that you might need for under the forehead or for underneath of the forearms or hands. A bolster can be nice here underneath of the hands. Allow the spine to round, allow the head and neck to be heavy into whatever support is beneath it. And as always, when we practice yin yoga, we work on finding our 3 principles of yin. So first, find your edge, find the place in this pose where you feel the opening and sensations, but where you don't feel an overwhelming amount of sensation that you're not able to stay with, where you don't feel any pain whatsoever. Bringing us to our second principle of yin, which is stillness. Find the edge that allows you to become still, even still in the eyes, allowing them to close. In that stillness, we find softness. And it's in that place that we find our third principle, that we stay and hold the pose. And the amount that we hold each pose varies, but generally it's a few minutes. Of course, if the pose becomes overwhelming, you can always mindfully move and adjust to back out, or if your edge melts away and you're given the opportunity to deepen, you can always mindfully deepen and adjust. But then return to the stillness, softness, and staying. Find your breath. With each inhale, feel the body fill with breath, and each exhale, feel it empty. Allow the breath to keep you present and focused on the mat, on your own body, on your own breath, especially when the mind starts to wander off to another place. Allow the breath to be your anchor in the present. And perhaps you take a moment or two to guide and set an intention for yourself here as well to keep you present. And to give your practice a more deeper sense of personal significance to you. If you are practicing with an intention, take a moment to bring it into the forefront of your mind. And seal that intention into this practice by taking a deep breath in through the nose, a full breath out through the mouth. Take 10 more breaths here. Take a few more. And take a deep breath in through the nose. Sigh it out through the mouth. Very slowly, mindfully start to walk your way back up. And at the top, still leave the legs as they are, but activate through the legs. Engage the thighs, engage the legs, reach the arms up overhead. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, take your left hand down and press into the hand, pressing the hips forward. Just countering that pose for a moment. Deep breath in, breath out. Inhale. And as you exhale, lower the hips back down and begin to switch sides. Fold the right leg in, extend the left leg out to the left. Again, maybe you sit up on the edge of a blanket. Maybe you sit on a block. And as you're ready, begin to round forward and fold with whatever support you need for underneath of the forehead or for the forearms. Find your edge. Find stillness, find softness, and stay. And like I said in the very beginning, this practice is building towards Visvamitrasana through our yin postures and our YinYasa postures and sequences. Visvamitrasana is named after a sage, Visvamitra. And as in many of the yoga myths of many of the sages that poses were named after, there's countless stories about him. He lived for thousands of years. So, hope I'm not doing a disservice by talking about him in such simplistic terms and such a simple story, because there are countless stories if you research him. But one of the stories about Visvamitra that stands out the most is how he failed and had to try again and begin again over and over and over. Because he had to practice and be in a deep meditation for a very, very long time, despite distractions and outside forces beyond his control, people trying to seduce him and distract him to keep him from becoming a powerful sage. And so every time that he would be close to becoming one where his yogic powers would build enough from being in deep meditation for so long, he would lose his way, he would lose those powers, and he'd have to start over from square one. And for so many of us, it can be so challenging to start over, especially when we're so close to attaining a goal. It can be so hard to start climbing up again when we feel that we've reached the bottom. But Visvamitra teaches us that even if you've worked towards a goal for lifetimes, for thousands of years, and you get knocked down back to square one, that it's never too late to start over and to begin again. And that failure isn't really failure, but it's how we respond to that makes the difference. Because the first time that he lost his yogic powers and fell off the path towards becoming a sage, he could have stopped. He could have decided that was it and lived a normal life and never began again. But he didn't. And instead, he tried again and again and again. Especially when we work physically towards peak poses in our yoga practice. One, it's important to remember that they're not the goal, but that even if we fall out of them, even if we fail, even if they seem unattainable and they don't happen for us, even if we forget to practice yoga for months or years at a time, that it's never too late to begin again and to start over. Take a few more breaths here, 10 or so. And take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. Slowly, mindfully start to walk the hands in. And at the top for a moment, just engage the legs, reach the arms overhead. Take a breath. And then take the right hand down by the right hip, press into the right hand, press the pelvis forward, lift the hips, lift the heart. Counter stretch that half dragonfly in the body. Deep breath in, breath out. Gently lower the hips down. And then here we're going to come into a more active yin posture, into our squat. So it's always helpful here, even though I typically practice a squat with my heels on the mat, I still like to practice a yin squat with a blanket under the heels just to give a little extra support as we do hold this pose longer. Letting the feet come wider apart. And maybe a blanket's under the heels, maybe a block is under the seat. And then as you're ready, the hands will come to blocks or to the mat. We round the upper back, we let go of the head and neck, we close the eyes, and we settle in. We don't hold this yin posture quite as long as our seated or supine yin postures, but we'll still be here longer than we typically would in a vinyasa class. So allow the eyes to close, find your edge, find your stillness, and stay. And breathe. And during the time of Visvamitra being a sage, he accomplished many great tasks. And probably one of the most awesome of the tasks that he did, of what he created, was at one point he had cultivated so much yogic power from being in a deep, sustained meditation for so long by himself. I believe he was on a mountain, that a friend came to him who wanted to be able to take his physical body to heaven. And of course, only souls and spirits could go to heaven, but physical bodies could not. And so this man, Visvamitra's friend, was very upset that he wasn't able to take his body to heaven with him. Visvamitra thought that that was unfair, that you should be able to take a body to heaven. And he had created so much power that it said that he created a whole separate universe and a whole separate heaven for his friend to go to. And of course, the gods angered at that. Brahma angered at that, took away his yogic power, and he had to start over again. But I think that it's important to realize that, especially now, during a pandemic, when many of us are practicing at home on our own, when many of us feel the loss of community or the loss of a studio, a physical practice space dedicated with other people, that even on your own, your practice can be powerful. That even on your own, your practice can be deep and strong, and that you can create powerful and beautiful things from it. Because Visvamitra wasn't in a yoga studio surrounded by the energy of other people to create a whole nother universe. He was by himself for a long time. And I know that many of us feel a sense of loneliness or a sense of loss from losing a community or as big of a community as we're used to. And it's important to remind ourselves that we will get that back again. But also that where yoga originated from, where the most powerful yogis came from, was a place of being alone. And that doesn't have to be a bad thing, that we can create a lot from that space. Perhaps even the most powerful things we can imagine. Take 5 more breaths here. Breathing into wherever you feel sensation, wherever you feel opening. Staying present and focused through the breath, through the body. And take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. Gently, slowly start to straighten the legs, grabbing a hold of a block underneath of the hands, still keeping the feet wide apart, but turning the toes to face forward again. Lift halfway up here, engage the legs, draw the heart forward, find a long spine. And just for a moment, we'll find an active movement side to side just to open through the shoulders. So you'll take the left hand right underneath of the face. Inhale here. And as you exhale, reach the right arm up overhead. You can bend the knees as much as you need. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, switch sides. Take the right hand down, reach the left arm up. Inhale. Exhale to switch. Inhale. Exhale, switch. Inhale. Exhale, switch. Inhale. Exhale, switch. Good. Breath in. And as you exhale, lower the left hand down. Wiggle the feet a little bit closer together, perhaps. Still keep the toes facing forward, maybe even slightly inwards. I still like to have a blanket underneath of my heels here, but your feet can certainly be flat on the floor as well. But you'll start to grab onto opposite elbows and fold forward in our dangling fold, our other standing yin posture. You can grab onto opposite elbows. You could put a block underneath of the elbows or forearms. Let go of the head and neck. Relax the grip of the toes, the jawline, the muscles of the face. Find softness, find stillness. And especially in yin postures where our feet are on the mat, like our squat and like this dangling fold, it can be a little more challenging to soften. But just do the best you can. And when you find yourself creating a sense of effort, engagement, a sense of tension or holding, gripping, and just begin again. The last thing that I'll mention about Visvamitra and the things we can learn from him and from coming into the posture named after him, which won't be for a little while. So one of the things he was known most for, despite the fact that he had incredible power and skill, despite the fact that he was a powerful sage and knowledgeable, was he was known as being a friend to all. And so sometimes we can think of our yoga practice as something very individual and personal, and just like the last story teaches us, it is. It is an individual, personal journey and practice. But more often than not, it doesn't end there. If we keep all the kindness and goodness that we cultivate for ourselves and only keep it there, then the world doesn't get to benefit from our practice. Visvamitra was so powerful that he could create a whole separate universe in heaven, but he didn't do it for himself, he did it for a friend. And there were many other acts that he did for others in kindness and compassion. And so his story teaches us, the myths about him teach us that our yoga practice isn't just how we practice on our mat, in our own body, but how we engage with, interact with, and live in the world around us. How we speak to the people around us, what we do for the people around us out of the goodness of our hearts, and how we share the things that we cultivate on the mat, freely and openly, rather than keeping them to ourselves. Stay with the breath. Take 8 more. Take another deep breath in. Sigh it out. As you inhale, lengthen the spine. Work to bring your feet off of the blanket if it's on a blanket. Move that off to the side. And as you inhale, slowly start to roll bone by bone all the way up the spine. Coming up at the top, reaching the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, bring the hands to the heart and close the eyes. And here with the eyes closed in Tadasana, we begin to shift gears into our Vinyasa portion of practice. So here, feel the power and strength of the legs as they ground and root down into the mat beneath you. Feel the lift of the heart up into the base of the thumbs, the lift of the crown of the head. Cultivate a sense of strength and length in the spine and body. Still maintaining that smooth, steady breath in and out here. And take a couple more breaths. As you inhale, the eyes blink open, reaching the arms overhead and interlacing the fingers at the top, steepling the pointer fingers up. Inhale here, and as you exhale, reach up and over to the right. Find length in the left side body. Inhale to center and exhale up and over to the left. Inhale to center, exhale to fold all the way down. Inhale to lengthen. And as you exhale, stepping back to a high plank. Inhale here. Exhale to lower through chaturanga. Inhale to up dog or cobra, the heart lifts. Exhale up and back to downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here in your first down dog. Make any adjustments you need. Work to find your alignment that works for your body today in the hands and the feet. Maintain that steady in and out movement of breath. And inhale. And as you exhale, work to step the right foot forward between the hands. Drop the back knee down. Untuck the toes and rise up to YinYasa, our low lunge. Deep breath in. Breath out. Inhale. And as you exhale, take the right hand to the right hip and reach up and over with the left arm, finding length in the left side of the body. Keep pressing down into the left foot and left shin as you reach through the left fingertips. Maybe you look up underneath of the left shoulder. Inhale to center. And as you exhale, squeeze the thighs towards each other as you reach the right arm forward and left arm back, counter twisting to the left. And stay in the bend of your front right knee. And either stay here, or maybe you take your right hand to the inside, maybe on a block. Maybe you grab a hold of the right ankle, and maybe you lift the left arm up overhead. Finding resistance between the right knee and right upper arm here as you twist and open. Breath in. Breath out. As you inhale, come to center, the arms reach. And as you exhale, straighten the front leg and begin to fold forward over top of it, keeping the left knee stacked over top underneath of the left hip. Inhale, lengthens the spine. And as you exhale, folding forward into half monkey pose. Breathing into the right hamstring, into the back of the right thigh and leg. Inhale, lengthens the spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold. As you inhale, bend back into the front knee, lift the back knee and lift to a high lunge, crescent lunge. Breathe here. Find your feet, find your foundation. And inhale. And as you exhale, take your right hand to your right hip again, reach up and over with the left arm. Maybe you look up underneath of the left shoulder. Keep spiraling the left pinky finger in and down here. Inhale. Exhale. As you inhale, come to center. And as you exhale, reach the right arm forward and left arm back. Try to keep your left heel lifted. Resist the urge to spiral it down like you're in Warrior 2. Stay in your lunge. Inhale. Stay here. Take the back hand to the back thigh and reach up and over with the front arm. Deep breath in. Breath out. Inhale to center, the arms reach. As you exhale, lower the hands down, straighten through the front right leg and fold. Maybe you have blocks under the hands here for extra support. Inhale, lengthens the spine. Exhale to fold. As you inhale, bend back into the front knee, stepping back to plank. Breath in. And as you exhale, roll to the outer edge of the right foot, finding a side plank. Now you can stay here with the ankles staggered or stacked, Or you might take your left foot and lift the left leg, reaching for the left knee with the left hand, finding a Visvamitrasana variation. Deep breath in, breath out. Inhale. As you exhale, we come back to plank, meeting in down dog, perhaps moving through vinyasa. And deep breath in, breath out. As you inhale, the left foot steps forward between the hands, drop the back knee, lifting up to YinYasa, low lunge. Staying active through the legs and thighs here, take a breath in. And as you exhale, take the left hand to the left hip, reach up and over with the right arm, find your side stretch. Another breath. Inhale to center, the arms reach. As you exhale, counter twist to the right, reach the left arm forward, the right arm back. Stay in the bend of the front knee. Inhale. Stay lifted or take the left hand to the mat or to the left ankle, reach the right arm up. If you're doing that, really focus on the resistance between the right knee and right upper arm pressing, the left knee and left upper arm pressing in towards each other. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. As you exhale, work to lift up and come back to center, the arms reach. Breath in. Exhale, straightens the front leg, stack the right hip over the right knee. And as you're ready, fold forward. Maybe blocks are under the hands for our half monkey pose, Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale, lengthens the spine. Exhale to fold. As you inhale, bend back into the front knee. Lift the back knee to lift to a crescent lunge, high lunge. Breath in. Breath out. Once again, take the left hand to the left hip, reach up and over with the right arm. Finding that same sequence, just one step higher than our low lunge. Breath in, breath out. Inhale to center, the arms reach. Exhale, twist open to the right. Reach the left arm forward, right arm back. Once again, resist the urge to spiral the back heel down here. Inhale. As you exhale, maybe the right arm comes down and the left arm reaches up. Stay in the bend of the front knee. Still find strength in both legs and support there. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, the arms reach. Exhale, lowers the hand, straightening the front leg and folding forward, maybe with blocks or support under the hands. Inhale, lengthens the spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale to bend back into the front knee, stepping back to plank. Inhale, fire up the legs. As you exhale, roll into the outer edge of the left foot, the inner edge of the right foot, and peel up to Visvamitrasana, side plank. Same option here to lift your right leg and right knee, reaching for the right knee with the right hand, lifting the hips, lifting the heart. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. As you exhale, we meet in down dog, maybe moving through vinyasa, maybe stepping directly back. Few breaths here. And inhale, bends the knees. Exhale to step or hop the feet. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale all the way up, the arms reach. At the top, interlace the fingers, steeple the pointer fingers up. Breath in. As you exhale, reach up and over to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale. Exhale, right. Inhale to center. As you exhale, take the hands to the heart, finding Samasti He. Take a deep breath in. Take a long breath out. Deep inhale. Exhale. As you inhale, the arms reach, eyes look up. Exhale, fold in, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen. As you exhale, we meet in down dog, maybe moving through Vinyasa. And from your down dog, the right foot steps forward, rising up to warrior one. And taking your time to set up this pose with the feet, reaching the arms overhead as you're ready. Now here in your warrior one, we want to bend our right elbow, taking the right hand down to the nape of the neck. And you'll either stay here with the left hand on the right elbow, leaning back, lifting the heart, or you'll extend the left arm out to the left, flip the palm behind you so the thumb points down towards the ground, and then wrap the left arm around the low back, or try to reach up to clasp hands. So either way, we're finding a variation of our cow face pose arms. As you inhale, lift the heart, lean back, and as you exhale, just round here, dropping the chin. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale to round like a cat spine, dropping the chin. Inhale to lift like cow. Exhale to round. Inhale to lift. Keep the spine long, but start to hinge halfway forward. From wherever you are, let go of the hands. Bring them to the inside of your front foot, but try to keep the feet where they are. You can also keep the hands up on a block. And you'll either stay here and sink the hips forward, or you'll try to take your right arm and thread it underneath of the right thigh, reaching for the right ankle around the outside. And maybe you try to challenge your balance by grabbing a hold of the right ankle on the inside with the left hand. Either way, keep squeezing the thighs towards each other, drawing the right hip back, bending into the front knee, powering back with the outer edge of the left foot and left leg. And hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently release, take your hands back to the inside and walk the hands and pivot the feet to the left, stepping your feet in line with one another. Maybe you use the front or back edge of the mat to ensure that. Lift halfway up, lengthen the spine, and as you exhale, fold in for Prasarita Padottanasana, our wide-legged forward fold. Just opening evenly through both legs, through both hips. Inhale, lengthens the spine. Exhale to fold back in. Inhale to lengthen. And as you exhale, bend into your right knee and extend through the left, either keeping your whole left foot on the mat or spiraling onto the heel so the toes lift up, finding a side lunge. Inhale. As you exhale, bend into the left knee, extend the right, your choice which kind of side lunge you're finding. Inhale. Exhale, switch sides, bend into the right, extend the left. Inhale. Exhale, bend into the left, extend the right. Deep breath in. As you exhale, straighten both legs for a moment, lift halfway up. And then walk the hands and pivot the feet back towards the top of the mat. Now here at the top of the mat, spiral your back heel down. Take a block to the inside of your right foot, or keep your right hand on the mat without a block if you don't have one. Bend into the right knee so that you can press the right knee into the right upper arm. Find resistance there, and reach the left arm up overhead. Press, press, press into the outer edge of the back foot slightly turned in. Inhale here, exhale. Now look down at your right knee, see where it is, and keep it there as you pull yourself up to warrior two. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. As you inhale, reverse or exalt your warrior two, lengthen the right side body. And as you exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the front foot. Step back to plank. Inhale here. And as you exhale, roll to the outer edge of the right foot once again. And now here, make a peace sign with your top hand. Lift and bend your left knee and try to grab a hold of your left big toe with your peace fingers. But just hold here with the knee bent for now. Good. If this is too much, just grab a hold of the left knee like we did earlier. You can also always drop your bottom knee down here as well without lifting the leg. Inhale. As you exhale, we meet in down dog. Always having the option to step directly back without vinyasa. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale. As you exhale, soften the knees, separate the feet out to mats with distance apart, and begin to walk the hands back to the back of the mat. And once you get there, bend the knees deeply, coming down to Malasana, or low squat. Finding the more active variation, unlike the yin version we found earlier. You're welcome to stay right here with the hands at the heart. You can take the hands to the mat for support. Or you might take your right arm diagonally in front of the right shin, pressing the right shin back. Maybe reach the left arm up, opening into a twist here. And breath in, breath out. Inhale, exhale. As you inhale, come back to center, hands to the heart. And slightly press into the feet just to lift an inch or so out of your squat. Inhale here. And as you exhale, press down to come all the way up. The arms reach up overhead. And then bring the hands to heart center, heel toeing the feet back in towards each other. Deep breath in. Breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Here, take your hands to your hips, shift weight into your right foot, and work to lift your left knee up at the height of your hip. Now once again, make a peace sign with your left hand and work to loop your left big toe with your peace fingers. And you can stay right here with the knee facing forwards. You can open the left knee out to the left, and you can stay here with the knee bent. Or you might extend the left leg out to the left. Maybe you reach the right arm out to the right, finding a variation of Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana here. And keep pressing down into the right foot for support, engaging the right thigh, finding strength and stability, whether the extended leg is extended or whether it's bent. Inhale, exhale. Whether your leg is straight or bent, track the left leg back to center. Inhale. As you exhale, let go of your peace fingers, reach both arms up overhead. Kick the leg out in front of you if the knee is bent. Breath in. As you exhale, lower the left foot next to the right and fold forward all the way down. Inhale, lengthens the spine. As you exhale, soften the knees and walk the hands forward, meeting in downward facing dog. Good. Once you get to your down dog, the left foot steps forward between the hands, rising up to warrior one. Taking a few moments to adjust the feet and hips. Inhale here. As you exhale, bend the left elbow, trying to work the left hand to the nape of the neck. Maybe the right hand is on the left elbow to help that movement along. You can keep it there the whole time or extend the right arm out to the right, flip the palm, wrap the right arm behind the back, and maybe you reach up to clasp hands, finding Gomukhasana, cow face pose arms. Stay in the bend of the front knee, press the back of the head into the upper arm, lift the heart as you inhale. As you exhale, round the upper back, drop the chin. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Keep the spine long and lifted as you exhale, hinge halfway forward. Once you get there, release your arms. Take the hands to the inside of your front foot on the mat or on a block. Stay right here or try to wrap your left arm underneath of the left thigh, reaching for the left ankle. And trying to create resistance between the left thigh and the left upper arm as you do. And then maybe you grab a hold of the inside of the left ankle with the right hand. Wherever you are, breathe there. Relax the grip of the front toes. Find strength and support in the back leg. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently bring the hands back to the inside. Walk the hands and pivot the feet to the right. Step the feet back in line with one another here. Inhale, lengthens the spine. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. As you inhale, lengthen the spine. Here, bend into your left knee, extend through the right. Find your side lunge on the left side with as much support with the hands as you'd like. Inhale. Exhale to switch. Breath in. Exhale to switch. Inhale. Exhale, switch. Inhale. As you exhale, straighten both legs for a moment. Lift halfway up. Take a breath in. Breath out. And start to walk the hands and pivot the feet back towards the top of the mat. Framing your front left foot. And spiral the back heel down and work to take your left hand to the inside of the left foot. Preferably on a block, but it doesn't have to be. Bend deeply into the left knee so the knee is over the ankle. Find resistance between the left knee and left upper arm. Maybe you peel up with the right arm. Press, press, press through the outer edge of the back foot. Breath in. Breath out. Look down at your left knee and maintain it where it is as you pull yourself up to Warrior 2. 5 breaths here. 3, 2, and 1. As you inhale, reverse or exalt your Warrior 2, lengthen the left side body. And as you exhale, we plant the hands down, stepping back to plank. Inhale here, exhale to a side plank on the left side. And make a peace sign with your top right hand. And maybe you try to grab a hold of your right big toe with it, keeping the knee bent though. And your bottom knee can always be dropped down for support here. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. As you exhale, we meet in downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Breath out. Here, take your feet out to the edges of the mat. And as you're ready, start to walk the hands in and sink the hips down at the back of the mat, finding Malasana. Good. Hands can be at the heart, or maybe you drop them down to the mat for support. Breath in. Breath out. And stay here, or extend your left arm diagonally in front of the left shin, press it back, and then maybe you reach the right arm up, finding a twist in your Malasana. Breathe where you are. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. As you exhale, take the hands back to the heart, pressing the feet to lift just an inch out of your Malasana, and then press down, reach the arms up, rise up. As you exhale, take the hands to the heart and wiggle the feet back in towards each other. Breath in. Breath out. And as you're ready, shift weight into your left foot. Make a peace sign with the right hand again and work to lift the right knee up and find your right big toe with your right peace fingers. Your right arm is on the inside of the right thigh, either staying right here with the knee bent, opening the right hip out to the right with the knee bent, or extending the right leg out to the right, and maybe the left arm out to the left. Finding a variation of Utthita Hasta Padangustasana on this side. Doesn't matter if the leg is straight or bent. And relax the grip of the left toes and keep powering down into the left foot for support. Breath in. Breath out. As you inhale, track the right leg back to center. Let go of the foot if you have it. Straighten the leg if it's bent. Reach the arms up. Kick out through the heel. Breath in. As you exhale, lower the right foot down and fold forward all the way down. Inhale to lengthen. As you exhale, walking forward to plank, meeting in downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Breath out. Inhale, bends the knees. Exhale to step or hop. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. And hold your fold for a few extra breaths. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise up, the arms reach. Exhale the hands to the heart. Breath in. Breath out. Here, once again, shift weight into the right foot. This time, bend the right knee. Lift the left leg up and cross the left shin over top of the right thigh, finding a standing pigeon pose. Now you're welcome here to keep the hands at the heart, to keep the hands on the thigh or the shin. Maybe you are able to sink the hips low enough so that the forearms come to the left shin, or maybe even to the floor or to blocks. Breathe where you are. Take 5 breaths here. One more. And if you drop down onto the floor, begin to lift up somewhat here. Uncross the left shin and extend it back behind you. Take the hands to the mat, step the left foot back, drop the knee. And then here, after you drop the knee, pivot the left shin behind you to come up to a kneeling warrior 2. Arms come out to a T. And inhale here. And either stay right here Or take the right hand to the floor, to the ankle, or to a block on the inside of the right foot. Lift the left arm up. Good. Find resistance between the right upper arm and the right inner thigh and knee. Breathe here. One more. As you inhale, rise up. Take the left hand down and shift into the left hand to lift the right leg off of the mat, bending a kneeling half moon here. Reach and extend through the right foot, through the right ankle. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. As you exhale, lower the right foot down, lift up to center, level out the hips, and then start to walk the hands forward, soften into the right knee to find a half puppy pose. And we want to soften the right knee some just so we can drop the right hip down in line with the left. Opening through the groin and the hip here. Breath in. Breath out. As you inhale, start to walk the hands back in. And as you come up to the top, bend your right knee again, turn the toes forward. Walk the hands forward, pivot everything forward again, lift the back knee, step back to plank. Inhale here. And as you exhale, roll to the outer edge of the right foot one last time. Find a peace sign with the left hand. Work to grab a hold of your left big toe, and this time, if you wish to extend the left leg, you're welcome to. Otherwise, keeping the knee bent with the toe, grabbing a hold, or just grabbing a hold of the knee. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. As you exhale, we meet in down dog. Take your time. Deep breath in. Breath out. Inhale, bends the knees. Exhale, step or hop. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise up, the arms reach. Exhale, hands to the heart. Breath in. Breath out. Here, start to shift weight into the left foot, bend the left knee. Lift the right knee up at hip height and cross the right shin over top of the left. Sink the hips deeper, finding our standing pigeon. Hands can be wherever's best for you here, whether that's at the hips, at the heart, bringing the forearms to the shin or the hands to the blocks or to the ground. Breathe wherever you are. Find 5 breaths. 2, and 1. If your hands are on the ground or on blocks, gently bring them up somewhat. Lift the torso halfway up. Spiral the right knee up into the chest and then kick it back behind you. Take the hands down, step the right foot back, drop the knee. Pivot the right shin behind you to come up into a kneeling warrior 2. Breath in here. As you exhale, stay or take the left hand down to a block, to the ground. Maybe grab a hold of the left ankle. Find that resistance between the left upper arm and the left knee. Reach strongly through the right hand. Deep breath in. Breath out. As you inhale, rise up. Take the right fingertips down and shift into the right hand to lift the left leg, finding kneeling half moon. Deep breath in. Breath out. Inhale. As you exhale, lower the left foot down, rise up to center. Take the hands to the pelvis just to drop the left hip down in line with the right. And begin to walk the hands forward, finding a half puppy pose here. Soften the left knee some to keep the left hip in line with the right. Another breath. As you inhale, come back up onto the hands. Rise back up, bend the left knee, turn the toes forward, bring the hands down and pivot the right shin behind. Work to step back to plank. Inhale here. As you exhale, one last side plank, roll to the outer edge of the left foot. The right arm reaches, find a peace sign. Maybe you grab the right big toe with it, maybe you just grab the right knee. Maybe you extend the right leg. Breathe where you are. Inhale. As you exhale, we meet in downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Breath out. Inhale, bends the knees. Exhale to step or hop. Inhale to lengthen. And as you exhale, sink the hips down to come to seated. And as you come to seated, cross at the shins, find Sukhasana. Let the hands come into the lap. And just close the eyes and take a moment to regroup and reground. To sit up tall and to feel the breath work up and down the length of the spine. To maybe return to your intention. And as we begin to move into exploring with Visvamitrasana, remembering that it's not the goal, and remembering the other lessons that this pose teaches us that are far greater than the physical pose itself. Take another couple of breaths here. And take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. And then here, take your right knee, spiral it up towards the ceiling. Interlace the fingers underneath of the sole of the right foot. Lean back so the thigh comes into the belly. Look up, lift the heart, and then start to extend the right leg. Once your spine starts to round, you've gone a little bit too far, so only extend your leg as much as your spine can stay straight. Finding Heron's pose, just opening up through the hamstring and back of the leg. Deep breath in. Breath out. Here, bend into your right knee, almost like you're in a happy baby with your right foot, and just move the foot forward and backward, side to side. Even take the right shin across the chest and rock it forwards, backwards, and side to side like you're rocking a baby. And just opening up through the hip in a couple different ways, finding movement and fluidity in the hip joint. Good. Now here, bring the right shin across your chest if it's not already, so it's almost like you're cradling it like a baby, trying to work the right foot into the crook of your left elbow. Take your right hand and bring it so that it's coming diagonally across in front of the right thigh, kind of like what we did in Malasana, and then grab a hold of your right foot with your left hand. Now stay here or start to extend the right leg out to the right, maybe looking up underneath of the left arm, finding compass pose. Surya Yantrasana. And deep breath in, breath out. Bend the right knee, uncross, cross the right shin in front of the left. Just take a breath here just to reground and regroup. Good. Then bend your left knee up towards the ceiling. Interlace your fingers underneath of the sole of the left foot. Lean back, thigh into belly, heart lifts. Maybe you start to kick out through the heel and extend the left leg. Lift the heart and breathe. Deep breath in, breath out. Bend into the left knee like you're finding a half happy baby and start to just pulse the foot forward and backwards. Bring it across your chest and move it side to side, trying to work the left foot into the right elbow. And just find those movements a few times, forwards and backwards, side to side. Good. And then here, bring the left shin across the chest. Try to work the left foot into the right elbow. Take your left hand and thread it in between, bringing it diagonally out to the left in front of the left thigh. Work the left foot into the right hand. And see if you can start to press against it and extend the left leg out to the left. And it's okay if the leg doesn't extend all the way. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, and as you exhale, bend the left knee, cross the left shin in front of the right. Breathe for a moment. Good. And then here, roll over the shins to come into tabletop. And very briefly, we'll work on Visvamitrasana on the kneeling variation, not the full variation. Although if you want to play with that, you can always pause the video and do so. But you will step your right foot forward between the hands, pivot the left shin back behind you. It's almost like you're coming into a kneeling warrior two like we've done a few times. But this time, take the right hand to the inside of the right foot, and then try to thread the arm under so your right hand is on the outside of the right foot, kind of like what we did in warrior one earlier. You want to lift your right heel up so that you're lessening the load of the right foot. And you want to try to grab a hold of the outer edge with the right foot with the left hand. Now here, lean back some and bend into your right elbow slightly to make a little shelf for your right leg to rest on. And then work to start to extend the right leg out to the right. Might not lift up, might not extend out, doesn't matter. Breath in, breath out. Good. Gently bend, bring it back down. Unthread, come back to table. Inhale, drops the belly. Exhale to round. Inhale, drops the belly. Exhale to round. Good. As you're ready, step the left foot forward between the hands, pivot the right shin behind. Left hand comes to the inside, and then we try to thread it underneath for the outside, creating resistance between the left arm and left thigh. Start to walk the left foot back some, coming up onto the ball mound, lifting the heel, working to take the right hand to the outside of the left foot. And you might stay right here. This is already bound up in a crazy pose to be in. Or maybe you start to extend the left arm and left leg out to the left. Breathe. Deep breath in, breath out. Gently release, come back to table. Inhale, drops the belly and lifts the heart. Exhale, rounds the spine. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round. As you inhale, come to neutral and work to come all the way down onto the back. Hugging the knees into the chest, rocking side to side. Maybe circling the knees clockwise and counterclockwise. And then let both knees fall to the right. Take a few breaths here. Perhaps you close the eyes. Slow down. Let go of that pose. And notice how even though we spent the whole practice opening and then strengthening the body to work into that pose, that we only spent a moment on it. Because it's not the goal. A pose, any pose itself, doesn't make or break your yoga practice. And of course, you can always spend time playing with it, practicing it, trying it. But it's not what the entire practice is about with any pose. Inhale the knees to center and exhale them to the left. Inhale the knees to center, hugging them into the chest, rocking side to side. Take a deep breath in and out. And as you're ready, release your body to wherever it is that you wish to take rest. And I highly recommend, if you're near a wall, putting your legs up a wall. But otherwise, just allowing the arms and legs to come into whatever shape feels most comfortable and comforting for you right now. Maybe with a blanket over you or a pillow behind the head. Find a place where you can let go of the practice, letting go of the yin, of the yang, of the story, where you can just be and be still. You can let go of analyzing the practice, judging the practice, judging yourself. Knowing that just making the time is enough. Just breathing is enough. And finding rest with that in mind. It's never too late to start over. It's never a bad thing to fail if you choose to begin again and again and again. But even alone, you can accomplish incredible things and build something beautiful. And that it's always important to be a friend, no matter how powerful or successful you are. These are some of the lessons that Visvamitra teaches us. And I hope that you can carry them with you for however long you need them. Take the deepest breath in you've taken thus far. And the longest, slowest breath out. Draw the knees in and gently roll off to one side or the other, allowing your top hand to rest at your heart. And as always, end this practice from a place of gratitude towards yourself for making the time, knowing that that alone is always always enough. And with that same hand, gently press yourself up to seated, bringing the hands together at the heart. And I just wanted to extend my own gratitude towards you, whoever you are, wherever you are, for sharing your time, practice, space, and mind with me. I hope that you can carry any benefits you have with you for however long you may need them. And until I see you on your mat again, namaste.